morning and welcome to GMNC. My name is Mboza and I'll be your anchor this morning. Coming up on the show, we have a great lineup for you. We will start off with our daily inspiration with Sharon Castle. We will then be speaking to Catherine from Zinge, Africa, of which I call her Kathy. We will then also be speaking to Leticia Cox from Lens Traveler. In studio, we have Heidie Smith, who is one of the Miss Ballito organizers. She's going to be updating us with what's happening. And our very own Tony Subramony will be talking to us about Addcare. And later, we'll also be having our weather and surf report with Heili and Deon Bosman. Just wanted to say that I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us this morning, and later we're going to be having a music video from VirAnder with Sing Hallelujah, and later as well we'll have Laugh Out Larry after the show. But for now, let's cross over to Sharon Castle. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Sai.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm really well today, thank you. And how are you?
I'm fantastic, now that you're sitting next to me.
You're looking beautiful today in all of your beautiful colors.
I try. So, tell us about our daily inspiration for this morning.
Okay, well, I thought today I'd talk about listening. And it seems like a subject that we don't really need to learn about.
Yeah.
But I've recently gone through an experience where I have had to step back a little bit and listen to myself. So sometimes listening is not about listening to others.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about listening to yourself.
Wow.
And I've always had the philosophy that if you can't really listen to yourself, how can you expect other people to listen to you?
That's true.
So what happened was I got an opportunity to do some incredible work and I had to cut back. And there was a moment in time where I was like, I can say yes to everything. And then I remembered my own self-talk and the stuff that I teach. And I realized at that moment that I cannot give what I cannot be. And so I decided just to step back a little bit and listen. Most people listen not to hear. Most people listen to respond. So they've got something on their mind rather than listening just to hear what the other person is saying. That's another word for presence. Being present with someone means that you're calm, you're connected, and you are listening deeply. Deep listening gives people an opportunity to be themselves. Rather than them trying to respond to you, they see that you are calm and there's nothing for them to compare or to judge.
Wow.
So listening is a skill, pardon me, that I've cultivated as a coach. And very often when people come and see me to get guidance on goal setting or on their career, I often say to them, it's fine to listen to what's going on out there, but are you listening to your own inner wisdom?
Wow.
Because that wisdom will come through you every time you want it to. And I said a few weeks ago, it never switches off. And if you really want to show up in a unique way and you want to know what the decision is to make, that guidance will give it to you as long as you are listening.
Wow.
So when you're listening to respond to somebody, you usually have got, pardon me, your own ideas going through your mind.
Yes.
You can't learn like that because it's your own old programming that's stimulating you. But if you listen to hear, if you listen to understand the other person, you open yourself up to learning, to growing, to stretching. And after all, isn't that what we're here to do? We are here to learn from each other. We're here to be present with each other. We're here to connect with all of humanity. After all, we're all one. It doesn't matter where we come from. It doesn't matter where we're going to. If we want to be unified as a nation, as a community, we have to listen to understand, not always listen to compare or listen to judge or listen to respond. And it starts with you. So that's what my message is today. Can you stop for a moment? Can you listen to hear and to understand? Because if you do that, that's when you attract the kind of people that you want in your life, because you are not out there looking for something to make happen. And I said before, what you are looking for is looking for you. So if you just stop and you just listen to the guidance, those people, those situations, those circumstances, the ones that you want will show up for you. Wow. So today, can you just stop for a moment? Can you have nothing on your mind when you interact with someone else? And can you just listen?
Oh my gosh, listening, they always say, is a skill, and I always feel like I'm the last person who actually listens. But now that you are talking about it, it's actually making sense, because sometimes I feel like we always miss the bigger picture, you know, and you end up not getting the whole story, you know.
Yes.
So it actually does help. And I'm listening to you talking, I want to, I'm like, no, I need to listen.
Today.
Not today. Well, thank you very much, Sharon, for coming through. It's always a pleasure. I always feel rejuvenated and revitalized every single time you come on the show.
Thank you. Thank you,
such a blessing.
And you make me smile and laugh.
I try. Well, that's Sharon Castle for us with our daily inspiration. And I just wanted to say thank you to Performance Coffee, authorized dealer of Jura coffee machines, and Sotra Coffee as our morning show coffee sponsors. And I just want to, let's go on a break before we actually speak to Kathy from Zinge, Africa, coming up next. Welcome back to GMNC, and as promised, we have Catherine, which every time I say Catherine, I feel like I'm saying something wrong. Catherine from Zinge, Africa, is here to tell us more about her clothing range. Hello, Catherine.
Hello, how are you, Sue?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know who you are and what you do, just tell the viewers at home, who is Kathy?
Yeah, as you hear, my name is Kathy Wanjohi. I am a wife and a mother. I'm also the owner of Zinge Afrika. Yeah, and Zinge Afrika is a premium brand of bespoke clothing and accessories. We customize all kind of clothing for men and women, be it for casual, special, formal, or office wear.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me the inspiration behind your clothing range, and please tell us more about your journey. How did you get to this point?
So what happened when I moved in here in 2015?
Yeah.
I had challenges finding something that fits me. Thanks to my different frame, you can see it's different from the South African typical frame. So what happened is I started doing my own clothing.
Yeah.
And I'm that kind of person who wants to use everything.
Yeah.
So the leftovers from my dress, I started doing earrings, bags.
Yeah.
And my housekeeper at that time looked at my stuff and said, how, Aibo, why don't you go commercial? Because, I mean, there are also other people that are looking for customized clothing.
Yeah.
And I've never seen myself as a fashion designer, though I've been very creative in my life. But at that time, I gave it a serious thought. And then I started thinking, what really inspires me if I was to do a clothing line or a brand?
Of course.
And I thought, I'm really inspired by African tribes, textile, cultural elements. And I turned to her and asked her, what do you think, I mean, would be the name of my brand? Like if I want to say all about in Zulu, because this will be a KZN brand, so I like to give it a local name.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
And then she said, I said all about, what can mean that? She said, Zinge.
Yeah.
And right there, Zinge Afrika was born.
Oh my word, as simple as that.
Yeah.
So tell us about your brand and the material, because I'm wearing one of yours, eh? Girl, looking good this morning. So tell us the type of material you use and stuff like that when it comes to this specific dress that I'm wearing.
So Zinge Afrika provide clothing and accessories for customers who appreciate bespoke clothing. Eh?
Okay.
And our brand is not really driven by trend, but by personal preferences and taste.
Wow.
So what we do is we involve our customer in our journey.
Yeah.
We get very intimate actually with the customers because we want to involve them in the whole process of designing.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, we want the customer to bring up the opinion, to say her challenges, what really make her really come look for a customized clothing or accessory.
Yeah.
And then we put all that into consideration.
Yeah.
And so our design is based on customer preferences, I say, and taste.
100%, because you know that I love my yellow and red, you know, it's on my head. So you kind of, when you chose this, you were thinking of me specifically.
Yeah, you remember I've been talking to you for such a long time, and this opportunity of Ballito TV came. I was so excited because, as you know, my brand is very appealing, it's very sophisticated, it's bold.
Yes.
Is for people who are not really afraid to wear their bold colors and
Trendsetters
vibrant
like
colors.
Me. Trendsetters
so
like me.
Who was better than Sai to showcase my brand?
Of course.
So,
and with one that you're wearing now, this is also part of your brand.
The this is part of my brand. Oh it's one of our most sought winter item.
Yeah.
You know, the winter in KZN is light, so even a jacket like this, you know, without buttons, it's very stylish, but it still makes you warm.
Okay.
Yeah.
100%. So I'm sure you've got your stuff that is available also on a website.
Yes.
So can you tell us more about that, like the website that actually someone can go to if they want to buy from you?
So our most outstanding product is the traditional wedding dresses. You know, I like that.
Yes.
And we also have matric dresses, but that comes seasonal.
Yeah.
And also we have, we pride ourselves in our bags.
Yeah.
And those bags are made out of African craftsmanship and a blend of European design. And we also have accessories like earrings,
Oh yes, some of what I'm wearing is
necklaces, and those are made with all sorts of recycled materials.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have from old wires, discarded copper wires, bones, batons, all kind of, because you know, I'm also very big in recycled material.
That's cool.
And one of the ultimate goal of Zinge Africa is to maximize the benefits of the customer while minimizing the impact on environment.
The environment,
Yeah, so we are also very conscious about the environment.
100%. So if anyone wants to get a hold of you, where can they get a hold of you? What are your socials?
I am in, my website is www.zingeafrica.co.za. We are also on Instagram,
of course,
Zinge_Africa, and Facebook we are Zinge Africa. We also have our physical address, 23 Club Road at Sotrock.
100%, man.
Yes.
Well, Kathy, well, it was a pleasure. And just to let you know that Kathy is going to be sponsoring all my clothing, so I'll be looking suave every morning. So do not miss that. Well, thank you very much for coming, Kathy.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Zinge Africa. It's all about Africa here on GMNC. After the break, we're going to be speaking to Leticia Cox from Let's Traveler. After this.
Sometimes the greatest test in life is being able to bless someone else while going through your own storm. Ballito TV is so excited to bring you season 2 of A New You. After a bumper inspirational season 1, we'd like to enrich your life and take you on a 13-week journey of learning, inspiration and spoils. This season covers not only the outer image, but we deal with overall health and well-being as well. And there are also many exciting spoils and treats for our winner. If you would like to enter A New You Season 2, please send us a photo and a motivation of no more than 250 words of why we should choose you. If you have a friend that you feel would benefit from this journey, you're welcome to enter on her behalf. We look forward to hearing from you and changing one lucky lady's life. Please send your entries in to A New You at Ballito TV. We'll see you soon.
By Ballito Gas en Braai fokus ons op ons kliënte. Vriendelike en doeltreffende diens is wat ons anders maak. Ons werk as 'n span met integriteit en deursigtigheid. Hier bied ons kliënte onvergeetlike ervaring en werk ons met die beste belang van ons kliënt. Ons lewer nie net produkte aan ons kliënte nie, ons lewer ook 'n volledige diens, insluitend onderdele en tegniese ondersteuning.
Welcome back to GMNC. My name is Sixolile Mboza and I'm your anchor this morning. And as promised, we have Leticia Cox. I love the way I say Leticia Cox from Let's Traveler. Leticia, good morning.
Good morning, Sai. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Sia, actually.
Sai, actually.
Sai.
Yeah.
I said it right the first time.
Yeah.
There you go.
100%. So tell us about yourself, who you are, what do you do?
So like you said, my name is Leticia Cox. I was born in Spain.
Okay. Spain?
Spain.
Are you lost?
Yeah. Oh. That's what everybody keeps on saying. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Well, yeah, no, I was young. I left Spain in my early teens and moved to the States, studied there, and then from them I have never looked back and came back to Spain for just to see family.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I love traveling, and I study and travel.
100%.
So, yeah.
So you are a photographer.
Yes.
But you were telling me earlier on when we were having a conversation that you have a degree, and it's so long, girl. Can you just focus up?
Right, before, you know, I was just telling to somebody, sometimes when you're young, you don't know what, you know what you want to be or study, but, you know, circumstances, your parents kind of telling you, no, that's not a career. I want to be a photographer, but that was not really, that was more like a hobby to them. So I study international business management and marketing studies.
International business.
Yeah, it's basically a fancy BBA with honors, whatever. So I did work as a consultant for KPMG, and then I quit and moved to Bangkok, and that's where my real passion started. So I studied photography there and went right away to work for an animal rescue foundation from Thailand, and that was it. That was all I wanted to do.
Wow.
It was just, that was my life, yeah.
So tell us, what are you currently doing right now? Because I've seen your Facebook page. It's so interesting, and the pictures are beautiful. So just tell us more about that.
So 5 years ago, I came to South Africa. I wanted to come here a long time ago.
You've been here for 5 years?
Yeah.
The accent is still there, though.
Yeah, I won't go. But I try now and then I do say something, they say, oh, that's very South African. That's very South African. Yo.
Yo is the best one.
I know. So 5 years ago I came, you know, and things changed in my life. I was a married woman then, and very shortly after I arrived in South Africa, I wasn't. So I decided to, you know, do what I do best, and I came back to, I started doing what I used to do, which is I love people, animals, but also capture stories with my camera. I think some of my images are very powerful, as in they don't need an explanation sometimes, but as I get deeper into the job that I do, I also realize sometimes something else has to be told in the stories that I like, that I see through my camera. So I'm very much now doing more of photojournalism, and I'm also doing a study. So I'm on my second year now. I'm going to start my second year in photojournalism.
Oh my gosh,
so
you keep on studying,
it's a postgrad on that. And I just wanted to make sure that I was, you know, committed to what I do, and I want to do it right. So I've been a photojournalist for a long time, but this is kind of like giving me even more certainty that what I'm doing is right.
Yeah, another step.
Yeah, and yeah, I like I said, I love telling the stories. Yeah, they matter. So I can give the voice to those who don't have it. Yeah,
100%. And I've seen your pictures, and as you're saying to me that there are some pictures that you take and they don't need any explanations. I was looking at the quality and the intensity of your pictures. I was actually taken aback. I was like, this woman is very, how can I say this? We can feel the emotion within what you do. Is that the whole point of you taking pictures, is to tell a story, but also to tell your story kind of situation?
Yeah, it's a long process, because I remember when I was first in photography, I was a wildlife photographer, which, you know, especially I was very fortunate and lucky to be working with this wildlife animal foundation, where I could get close to very dangerous animals. So the opportunity to take awesome pictures was right there. Yeah. Believe it or not, some people are gonna go shock here, but my biggest lens was a 60, so that was a tiger and that was me. Anyway, so first it was just pretty pictures, and as also people. And as I grew older and got more into photography, I met one of my, is one of the greatest photographers in the world. His name is Joe McNally, and I was doing a workshop with him, and he was the one who changed my whole perspective of photography. He said in front of a big crowd, Leticia takes a basic beautiful pictures. And I'm like, thanks, coming from you. Think, yeah, but those are pretty pictures. I want her to come out of her comfort zone,
of course,
and take pictures with feeling, basically to tell a story with one picture. I'm like, but how am I going to do that? I thought people like to see pretty pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, you got that. So it made me think, and from then on, I remember just like this lady this morning on the show, think, listen. So when I go out there for a story, or I meet someone, especially if it's a story of someone, I listen first. I don't point my camera. I want the person to feel comfortable enough, and then I take the photo. Because this is one, you can see on the image that a relationship has happened between my subject and myself. And that's
And if someone actually goes into your Facebook page as well, the way you write about each and every single picture that you take, it shows that you are doing a lot of listening, because you go into detail about, I saw there was one about this lady who has a kid that she cooks for her village and stuff like that. And for you to get that information, you can't really get that from actually taking a picture, but you need to listen to what they have to tell you. There's stories in there. And I think that you're actually doing a very phenomenal job.
Yeah, everybody has a story, and some people either don't get the chance to tell it, or and because I'm not from here, that gives me a great, advantage, because I have I mean, I didn't grow up here, so I don't have any bias. I mean, I just see someone with a story, and if they want to tell. And it's beautiful. There's so many beautiful stories in South Africa. I just love South Africa.
And I know that for a fact that you are going to be coming through every week and telling us about that story. You're going to be telling us about the South Africa that we stay in but we've never seen. Yeah. And I think I like that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for coming through. I can speak to you for the whole show.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
100%. I'll definitely see you the next time you can pull in.
Yeah.
Well, that was Leticia Cox here on GMNC telling us about what she does, the awesome pictures she's taken. You need to, actually on your, can you just tell people about your Facebook page?
So I have a website, it's called lenstraveler.net. My Facebook page is Lens Traveler, and the Instagram is lens.traveler. Somebody else has taken it a long time ago, but I think if you Google Lens Traveler, you might find me faster.
Well, you heard it first here on GMNC. But after the break, we're going to be actually speaking to Heidie Smith, who's going to be updating us with regards to Miss Ballito after the ad break.
At 1018 Skryfbehoeftes Ballito, we offer an array of convenience services for our clients. Our friendly team will take care of your orders, from picking to packing and arranging them for your office. We offer delivery to businesses along the North Coast to Richards Bay to help you save even more time. Proudly Ballito.
Hi Ballito, I'm Tanya. I'm the lady from So It Seems Benina in Ballito. You can find us in Richard Park, right across from the Hirsch. The new shop, it's 3 times bigger than the old shop. We have lots more fabric, a lot more haberdashery items. If you can't sew, I will teach you how to sew. I have an additional teacher that helps us sew, and we have a fabulous space upstairs. Looking for a Benina machine or a Bonnet? I will sort you out with that one. In this little area, we do everything. We service the sewing machine, we service the overlocker. We fix it up for you. Within a week, you'll have it back. While you go through the pattern books, we have a coffee shop in-house called Buttonless Coffee. You can have a coffee or a snack to eat while you do your pattern searching, fabric searching, or sewing upstairs with us. See you soon!
Well, welcome back, and as promised, we have Heidie Smith, who is one of the organizers of Miss Ballito. Good morning, Heidie. How are you?
Good morning, Sarah. I'm well, thanks. So great to be here this morning.
100%. So tell us, here we have an update that you want to share with us.
I just wanted to chat a little bit about behind the scenes of Miss Ballito, because I think we always see the girls in their cozies or their fancy outfits.
And the glamour.
Yes, but we never speak about the money that's raised, the beneficiaries, or how it all gets put together.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to chat a little bit about how much money's been raised and where it's gone. So over the last 10 years, we've had 1 or 2 years where we didn't have a Miss Ballito, COVID and a few other reasons, but we have been just shy of 700,000 Rand that has been raised, and this goes to Rotary, where they find then worthy causes. Just to mention a few of those, we have Summerhill House in Itete. I don't know if you know about them.
Of course, I know all about what you do, girl. let me know.
So we're involved with them at the moment, helping with they're doing additions, they're building on, and we also help with their soup kitchen that they do in the holidays. And then we have an education program in connection with some German donors that came on board as well. So in a few disadvantaged schools, we help educate a few children. I think there have been up to date about 440 learners that have been educated through this program. Then we also have Rex the Rhino. We help clothe the rangers.
Wow. Yes,
and then we have done a few libraries in a few different schools. And then one of my favorites is Bright Eyes, which is a cataract camp.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was about to ask you about that. Do you know what? Because my mom actually suffered from cataract disease. And she had the surgery. And one thing that I know for a fact that surgery is very expensive. Very, very expensive. So the mere fact that you guys are able to actually assist in that, but you'll tell the story, but I'm just saying I got goosebumps when I saw that. Okay.
Yeah, no, we, in conjunction with the health department in Stanga and Mapamulu, they did, I think they've done 7 cataract camps.
Wow.
So over 1,000 people have had cataract ops. Unfortunately, with COVID, obviously it's had to come to a bit of a standstill. Hopefully, again, after we will get going again. So that is my favorite beneficiary.
It is mine as well. I was like, oh my gosh, it feels so close to my heart.
Yes. And then with the finalists, they are all required to find sponsors, which in today's climate is not the easiest. So I'm also out here pleading with our community to please come on board again if they possibly can. A lot of them have found sponsors, but we still have a few that need sponsors. So if there's anybody in a position to help, a sponsorship is 3,800 Rand.
Okay. No, that's not a lot. 3,800, yeah. People go and spend money on, you know, that clubs are open now. People can actually spend that. So I think donating to a worthy cause like yourself, it's quite cool, yeah.
And then obviously also they could donate prizes. We're also always looking for prizes for all the finalists. We have, at the moment, unfortunately, had to postpone Miss Ballito till October, but I think it will be better.
Yeah, 100%.
We also obviously raise funds through the crowning evening and through the events that we host, so now we haven't been able to do that. Hopefully in October we'll be able to go full steam ahead, keeping our fingers crossed.
100%. And I like the fact that within what you guys are doing with the Miss Ballito is that you are actually giving all these youngsters an opportunity to become creative, you know, because I was just speaking to one of the contestants, and the way she spoke about the fact that she likes helping young kids and she communicates with them, and it's such a beautiful thing that a lot of pageants don't even do that, you know. It's all about the glitz, it's all about the glamour, but you guys are actually doing the work.
Yes, we're very keen on that. It's got to be a bit of an empowerment program as well, so that the girls come out of this, hopefully, being more involved in the community and helping wherever they can. Yes, so they also have to do a community project, which they're all working on at the moment. I'm not too sure what each of them is up to, but I'm sure we will find out shortly.
100%. And just to reiterate what you said again, what do you need from the Ballito people? Because one thing I know about people from Ballito, when it comes to getting together and helping for a cause, they do stand up. So here's the opportunity, take the floor.
Yes, I think obviously one is the sponsorship, but two is also for people to stand up and say if they need anything. You know, if our finalists could become involved in helping them in their community or run a project somewhere, that would also be a great thing. So prizes, sponsorships, and also identifying areas where there is help required.
So how do they get these things to you? Is there a number, or maybe they have to go on your socials?
I think social media is probably the easiest. Miss Ballito on Facebook or Instagram.
Yes.
My number is on there, and there's an email address on there as well to contact us.
Well, 100%, and I know that people are going to pull through in their numbers to assist you. I have the faith on Ballito people. I see you. Well, thank you very much for coming through, Heidie Smith. It's always a pleasure to have people who are like you, who are actually pushing more than, you know, pageants, but they're pushing our youngsters to be the best of themselves.
Thank you for having me.
Well, there you have it, folks. We have Heidie here, and she came to tell us about what to expect with regards to Miss Ballito. But after the ad break, from having a word from our sponsors, we're going to be speaking to our very own Mr. Tony Subramony, and he's going to be talking to us about Addcare. Up next. Welcome back to GMNC, and in studio we have Tony Subramony, and he's going to be talking to us about Addcare. Tony, how are you this morning?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Tell us about Addcare and the organization and how you got involved with them.
Thanks for the opportunity, Sai. And yeah, Addcare came about as a result of my own encounters with addiction. Okay. I thought of the name a few years ago when I realized that there's a lot of work that needs to be done for people who are in addiction, active addiction. Yeah. And having come through the stages of addiction myself and having to grapple with addiction for a number of years, and then embracing recovery, I realized that there's a lot of people out there that are actually looking out for a way out of their own addiction. Yeah. And actually it's not a business, it's more my passion, it's more my calling, and that's basically what Addcare is all about. And I focus a lot around the principles and teachings of the law of attraction in my program as well. But I just want to touch on something which could be of great use to the viewers this morning, and that's one of these dreadful words is denial. And that's such a difficult situation or phase to get through when you want to embrace recovery. Yeah. And that's what was holding me back, you know. Denial, you know, the acronym for denial is don't even notice I am lying. Oh my God. And as a qualified social worker, I was so convinced that I could take care of my own addiction and I was not an addict whatsoever. You know, alcohol was something that I could just give up on the click of a finger, and I never realized it was just getting worse. To an extent that I was actually unable to manage my own life. And for someone as an adult to not be able to manage their own lives is an hectic experience.
Scary.
And I went through the torrid time of having to go to the DTs and all of that stuff there. And eventually in 1989, I believe that it was a spiritual awakening. When on the 3rd of April 1989, I'd come to realize with a power greater than myself that enough is enough. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and that's when I literally crawled into a program that started to help me to regain my identity, regain my integrity, and regain my personality. In addiction, Sai, it brings out the worst in you. Unfortunately, you go to bed realizing, my goodness, I can't even take ownership of what I just put out for the day. You can't believe you've been such a terrible person, so dishonest, angry, and so fed up with the world around you. And recovery has brought out the best in me. And that is what I want to share with the community out there. I work with adults, I work with children, I work with individuals, couples, families. And I also want to take this to the larger community eventually, in terms of looking at establishing a facility for the youth as well too. But I want to just quickly talk around the principles of the law of attraction, which I incorporate into my program. And the law of attraction is basically working in our lives every single day, whether we identify with it or not. It's based on your thoughts and your emotions. Now, as a recovering alcoholic, I remember when I was practicing as an alcoholic, my thoughts were only about getting the next drink. And my thoughts would work out, how do I get the money, where do I go to, who do I see? And it's basically puzzling your life through. You're just hustling and trying to get it. And that is what the result was, to get a shot and get drunk. When you're embracing recovery, your thoughts are based on sobriety. Your thoughts are based on living a life free of alcohol or any mood-altering chemicals. So when you look at those thoughts, your actions follow, your emotions follow, and obviously the quality of your recovery is absolutely amazing. I want to also emphasize the fact that I could be 32 years sober, but I also needed to look at the quality of my recovery. It had to speak well for the journey that I've embarked upon. And I'm grateful that I'm not a dry drunk. I'm very excited about my recovery. I'm excited about meeting with people that want to embrace their recovery. And that is what I want to reach out to the community today. It's just to put your hand up and say, enough is enough. I've had enough. My contact details are on the screen. You can contact me for a very private and a very personal interaction, where we sit down and chat about where we are at the moment as well. I also bring in a lot of the work that I do is also based on the acute detox. Now, acute detox, as you may know, is auricular acupuncture. Right? And that is where I work with people face to face. And auricular acupuncture has been proven to be such a powerful intervention in overcoming the temptation to pick up a drink or a drug. Basically, what it does is the acupuncture balances the energy within yourself. And as I always said, Sai, recovery is an inside job. It's what you find within you. As I continued to reach out for a drink over and over, I was moving away from who I really was. I was moving away from my own identity, from my own potential, from my own worth. And I always tried to find this at the bottom of a bottle or on a stool in the pub. But when I stopped that journey and I started the inward journey, I realized that it was such a powerful way of discovering who I am. There's a divine light within all of us, and addiction tends to dim that light. But amazingly, recovery brightens the light to such an extent that it literally shines out every day. 100%. So I bring in a lot of the work around the acute detox, a lot of my teachings around the law of attraction as well. And out of my own encounters with addiction came about Addcare. And that's exactly what it was all about.
Well, and I'm so glad that you actually came through and you're speaking about addiction and stuff like that, because one thing that I've noticed that people may want to take the first step, but they have no support.
Yes.
And without support, it's
Yes.
really very difficult for you to become consistent in this journey, this new journey that you want to
Yes.
embark on.
Yes.
So that's why we appreciate people like you who are actually in organizations that actually help you move forward and
Yes.
achieve your goals.
Yeah. The fact that I've actually encountered addiction to such an extent, I
Yeah.
know where the person is. And I usually don't ask how they are, because I know they say, look, I'm okay, but I know they're not okay.
Yes.
So I'm able to identify with where they are and actually literally hold their hand and take them through. The other thing about it is the support is very, very important. You're quite right. I thought about the fact that I could do it on my own, but I realized over the years you cannot do it on your own. You need the right support, you need the right community in order to identify it.
Yes.
And very often, when you are in the in recovery, you need to associate with people who are in recovery as well, because it's a totally different mindset. It's a totally different lifestyle altogether, and that is what I encourage. So the support is based on group therapy, which I also facilitate as well, and then I also have a number of workshops that I include as well, too, where there are people who have actually been in recovery for a while, but they just need a booster.
Yeah.
A refresher course, and that is what I also offer as well too, because sometimes we can lose the plot.
Yeah,
And especially with what's been happening during the lockdown side. It's been a tremendous challenge for people who are in active addiction and for those who have been in recovery for a while.
Yeah.
Suddenly we are now contained, we are forced to contain ourselves in this little hideout, which we call home, and then we realize, my goodness, there's so much more happening here that I didn't think about it. And I have actually fielded a number of calls from teenagers who were struggling to cope with also what was happening during lockdown, especially with parents who were dependent on drugs or alcohol as well. It became absolutely overwhelming for the teenagers as well too. So the lockdown has brought a lot with it, but I also want to encourage people to realize that the lockdown can bring a lot out of you as well. And that's when you discover who you are and you realize, as you say, reach out. And there's someone there that can help you. And I'm hoping that people will grab this opportunity. Let's have coffee together, guys. Let's sit down and let's start to look at this in a very, very different light altogether.
Well, thank you very much for that, Tony. And I know that anyone who's listening at home going through what we're talking about is actually getting some valid points and information.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it, Tony Subramony talking to us about addiction. But now, I just wanted to find out, GMC has an August competition. Have you entered it? Here's Megan to tell us all about it. And then when we come back from the ad break, we're going to be having our weather and surf report with Heili and Deon Bosman.
And I'm the CEO and founder of the Educational Studio. The Educational Studio started with our private tuition department, which has grown astronomically over the years and evolved into now what we call our alternative learning program, which has become a fundamental pillar of the Ballito community. We cater to all children from all walks of life and from all facets of the Ballito community. We tailor our learning programs to cater to the individual learner. Visit us to see how we can help improve your child's academic life.
Good morning. Welcome to the Educational Studio. My name is Joy Hartley. The Educational Studio is an alternative education institution. We cater to the needs of learners who are looking for a different approach to teaching and learning. The Educational Studio offers a structured learning program in a unique, supportive and relaxed environment. Our small class sizes encourage a greater focus on personalised learning and teacher interaction. The Educational Studio offers tuition in both the CAPS curriculum and international curricula for all learners in grades 2 to 12. Please call us today on 032 940 4471.
new opportunities, and that is exactly what we are offering on GMNC during the month of August. Get your business noticed by entering our competition to win a free interview on GMNC, putting your brand into the face of thousands of potential customers. Remember, people buy from people. WhatsApp your name, company name and social media links to 066 232 1385 and you could be this fortunate recipient of this incredible opportunity. A winner per week will be announced live on our Friday shows starting the 6th of August and a winner each Friday for the remainder of the month.
Welcome back to GMNC. I just wanted to say thank you to our sponsor, Phuza Water, for our studio bottled water. And we just wanted to say thank you to everyone that came through today. And what we're going to be having a little bit later on after the show, we're going to be having Laugh Out Larry. And we are going to also be having a music video showcase with VirAnder with Zinge and Hallelujah. And coming up next, we are going to be having our weather and surf report by Heili and Deon Bosman. Standing by.
Good morning everyone and welcome to your weather for today, brought to you by Ballito Gas and Braai. Today will be mostly sunny and pleasant but a bit breezy in the afternoon with a high of 24 degrees, a low of 14 degrees. The real feel will be 24 degrees as well and the real feel shade 22 degrees. We have a northeasterly wind at 22 kilometers per hour and wind gusts at 41 kilometers per hour. Also 0% chance of showers. The sunrise will be at 6:39 a.m. and the sunset at 5:24 p.m. Next up will be your surf report brought to you by 1018 Skryfbehoeftes and Deon Bosman from Victory Surf. See you tomorrow.
Morning Ballito and welcome to Tuesday morning's beach report. And if you haven't started wind sports, then you should have started already. It's just a wind sport day today, big onshore expected. It's already blowing easterly overnight and the sea's completely chopped up and absolutely nothing to surf. It's a washing machine out there, so nothing to report today surf wise, but the kiteboarders and wing surfers, they're going to be out there this afternoon and with a warmish temperature of around 20-21 degrees. It's going to be a great afternoon to watch all the colorful kites in the sky at Tiffany's Reef, and I'm sure you're going to see quite a few also at the Mshloti Lagoon. So get some work done today maybe, and if it's a school day for you guys, then obviously you're at school, but go and check out the wind sport guys this afternoon. No surf today, we'll check it out again tomorrow.